G'day and welcome everyone. Now I think if you recall I brought out a lipstick tutorial a few weeks ago where I entailed quite a few bit of information about, colours that you can and can't wear. But I didn't really get into how to put the lipstick on in a way that was going to look good. Liquid lipsticks, for example, are quite hard to work with. This is going to help people who maybe don't work with that medium very often, or maybe don't wear lipstick very often because they find that it just goes everywhere and doesn't settle properly. And we're gonna work this out together so that you can make your face complete when you put your makeup on. Now, the first step is to apply lip balm. I've been wearing mine for about 15 minutes now because I'm applying these lipsticks for the sake of the tutorial. But you want to put lip balm on after you've done your foundation, because I find that if you wait till afterwards, you're not going to accidentally smear it around your mouth, and then you're leaving it ample time to soak in and benefit your lips before you put your lipsticks on. The only time I would recommend not wearing lip balm to prime your lips is if you're going to be wearing a creamier lip formula or lip gloss, because it's just not a necessary step with those. In fact, it can do more harm than good. So apply your lip balm about 15 minutes before, then make sure to blot off any excess before you put your lipstick on so that it's not smearing and mixing in with your lipstick product. Now we're going to be starting with a stick lipstick, so that's the ones that have the solid formula like so. For the nude colour, I wouldn't recommend lining your lips because usually they're not as visual. The only time I would recommend lining your lips when you've got a nude lip colour on is if you're using a liquid lipstick, because it's very helpful to have the base there for a liquid lipstick. It helps prime on top of the lip balm. The other instance that I would recommend lining your lips if you are going to be using a nude lipstick is if you are somebody who has thinner lips than I do, because I tend to find that thinner lips don't protrude as much, so it's easier to slightly overline your lips to achieve a thicker looking lip without lip injections. But you do you. So my recommendation with a stick lipstick is to start on the top lip for a couple of different reasons. Mostly because my bottom lip is quite a bit bigger than my top lip, so if I do this, I end up with lipstick on the outside of my lips and it doesn't look good. So I always start with the top, like so. Now there's a good chance you can't tell that I'm wearing lipstick. One, I decided that a nude lipstick for me would be something that quite closely matched my lips, maybe eliminating some of that pink colour, but as a general rule, sticking to what's natural, which is what a nude's supposed to do. But also because I've got the lip balm on, even though I did blot, I find that stick lipsticks that aren't a matte finish formula can kind of stick to the lip balm a little bit. But you get the idea that I start with my Cupid's bow, these top parts here, and lined in across when I applied, and then applied to the outside. You be quiet. We're going to move to a brighter coloured lipstick. Now, nude lipsticks are kind of forgiving because they are very similar to your natural lip colour. But if we move to a brighter lipstick, you're going to see a few extra bits. Now this time we're wearing a cream lipstick with a bit of a brighter colour to it. So in this instance, I will be putting on a lip liner first. And now we're going to see how I line my lips. Now what works for you may not work for me and vice versa. So do take into consideration that this is all just tips and tricks to help find what works for you. You may end up finding that because your lips are thinner, you don't have to line them the same way that I do to get the same effect. So just experiment, because that's what makeup's all about, is learning new things so that you can experiment. So you always want to do this to provide a completely crackless base, otherwise you'll find gaps when you're doing your lip liner. So make sure that you stretch your lips out to accommodate the pencil. Now I've started with a cross, as you can see, because this is a very good way of guaranteeing where the middle of your Cupid's bow thing is. So by crossing over, I know that I'm having the maximum accuracy when lining my lips. Now I didn't line all the way through the outside because you'll see why in a minute, but then we start in the middle at the bottom. Now the reason I do this and line a little bit outside of my natural lip line is because I find that the bottom of my lip has some unevenness to it, so I accommodate that. And by lining my lips this way, it evens that out to create a more symmetrical looking lip. And now we're linking our bottom U shape up to the inner corner of our lip to create a completely solid line. And yes, I'm doing this particular piece on purpose because that gives me more of a spot to work with. It's also a good idea to fill in your lips with your lip liner because it can provide a very good base for your lipstick to stick on. Because when you find yourself wearing a lipstick that may be a bit patchy, or when you've eaten food and some of the middle of your lipstick has gone on, there's an extra layer of colour to prevent looking wonky and weird. And now we're going to join the bottom inner corners to the top. And fill. And now when we apply our lipstick, we have a very good base for my lipstick to sit on top of, so we're going to get a better pop colour.
If you really like the colour of your lip liner, you can apply a bit of clear lip balm over the top or a bit of clear lip gloss depending on what suits you. And then you can just wear that as lip balm.
This has been a tip from Bonnie. And now we apply our lipstick. Now here's why a lip liner underneath a cream, well this is a very matte formula. This is why a lip liner under a creamy lipstick can work so well when they're bright. Now I didn't have to fill in all the way to the edges of my lips. I mostly just kept to the middle while keeping the shape, and I do this because if you accidentally go outside of the lines, it's a lot harder to clean the lipstick colour off with your face. So by putting a lip liner on underneath and making sure that it's a lip liner that's very closely matched to your lipstick, you're going to have better accuracy because the pencil is doing a lot of the work. Now I'm going to show you a liquid lipstick that has a very similar colour to that previous lipstick so that I can be lazy and use the same lip liner again. So repeat the steps. Now with a liquid lipstick, accuracy is a little harder to achieve because as a general rule when you're applying one of these, we're dealing with a doe foot, which is the name of the tip. Now there's a good chance that this lipstick colour may not match the lip liner that I'm wearing because this is more of a fuchsia colour, but the same principles apply when it comes to the application. So you start with your bottom lip. Now a mistake like this is a lot harder to fix. You actually have to use like a tissue corner. So it's easy to do if you have enough practice. I myself am actually still practicing, so we're learning together. By applying my lip liner, I'm providing a better line so that the liquid lipstick does have a little bit of room to move. Now I overlined my top just ever so slightly, again so that I could demonstrate. So if you've overlined on your top, it's all about angles. You've just got to make sure that you use very quick swiping motions and make sure that you work while it's still liquid. Now, these personally for me dry a bit tacky. So if you're experiencing something like that, you can just grab whatever translucent face powder that you have and dab either directly with your finger in a very light motion, or grab a tissue and separate the layers and then apply your translucent powder directly through the one layer of tissue, so that you're not applying it direct if your powder is not, you know, as nice. For whatever reason, if you decide to do it that way, that's an option. Alright, so hopefully I've taught you something that you can then apply to your makeup routine, and make sure to keep looking around at other people's videos, because Lord knows they're probably better at it than I am. But this channel is supposed to provide someone who is learning these things along with you, so that I can help teach you, and by teaching you, I myself learn it better. Don't forget to stay beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, and please, if you did like this video, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can see even more of my content, and leave me a comment letting me know what kind of stuff you'd like to see next time. And with that, I will see you around. Goodbye!